The first daffodil of the year, when it pops up and opens, it brings so much hope. And one in my yard just opened. So let's paint it. Grab your watercolors and give them a spritz. Then I want to mix up a nice bright yellow color. Then I'm going to take my brush, touch the tip of it to the page, and push down and pull a bit before lifting. We've got one petal. I'm going to come down and touch and push and pull. Touch and push and pull again. I find daffodils to be easier to paint facing to one direction, so I'm going to make about 5 petals visible, all by touching my brush, using the shape of it, and then pushing and kind of pulling. If I want to sneak in the additional petal, I can always kind of like hint to it on the other side. If you can keep a little white space between these petals, it will help to create the illusion of the separate petals. We're gonna let it sink in until the paper is barely glossy and we can really see the texture of the paper. Then we're gonna mix up a nice bright yellowy orange color. This will be a more saturated color. And once all that color has soaked into the paper, but it's not completely dry, we're going to take our brush and we're going to flick out in a little cone shape that's got frills on the end. We're gonna wash our brush and then fill it with a nice bright green color. We'll add in a stem, and then we're just gonna add in some leaf shapes with just a couple little flicks of our brush. It already looks really cute, so you could leave it here, but if you wanted to add a couple details, you can let this dry or make it dry. And once it's dry, you can take more saturated versions of these colors, and you could add in a couple little lines to some of these petals to give them a little texture, and a couple lines on that little trumpet shape that comes out the center. I was already ready for spring, but painting this really got me in the mood.